savage mode right now. He's in savage mode. If I was Jake Paul right now, I would be shitting my pants.
Oh, bro. Joe Rogan just forced Jake Paul to instantly cancel the Mike Tyson fight because his trash talking knows no end. For almost 4 months, we've been putting up with this guy, the one who's never been spotted in any gym, training camp, or even a remotely healthy activity, and he still claims he can beat the baddest man on the planet. Joe Rogan was the first to spot Jake's non-serious side and told Tyson not to waste his time. But because of Jake's relentless big mouth, Tyson wanted to teach him a lesson. And now, after Jake's latest blunder, everyone's had enough, so Joe dropped a bombshell to shut him up for good. But let me tell you, if Jake was even 1% serious about being a real boxer, Joe Rogan would have been his biggest cheerleader. But nope, Jake's more interested in being a YouTuber who gets famous by trash talking and stepping on others. And would you believe it, Jake Paul's so-called training regimen is a joke. Insiders from his camp are saying he's skipping training sessions left and right. What used to be a rigorous workout schedule has turned into a sporadic mess. He barely shows up, and when he does, he's just going through the motions and recording videos. Sparring sessions were facing the same luck. Either he was missing them, or just making such videos for fun.
No way!
Even though November 15 could make him a generational name, he's still wasting time fighting Mike Perry, getting bruised, and making himself even more unfit for Tyson. His social media is basically a highlight reel of his nights out. Booze, junk food, the works. You can hardly call him a serious athlete. His diet has gone from balanced, athlete-friendly meals to fast food and alcohol. This is not how you prepare for a high-stakes fight. Jake's behavior screams someone who loves the fleeting thrills of fame more than the disciplined grind boxing demands.
Oh yeah, you!
Public perception of Jake has done a complete 180. He started out as the underdog with potential, but now, people see him as a fame chaser who's lost the plot. His social media is all flashy posts aimed at getting attention, not showcasing any real commitment to boxing. The transformation from a focused athlete to a celebrity seeking the spotlight is glaring, and neither his fans nor the boxing community are impressed. And the physical evidence of Jake's decline is also hard to miss. Look at pictures from his earlier fights compared to now. There's a big difference. He used to be lean, muscular, and fit. Now he looks out of shape, with noticeable weight gain and sluggish movements. His footwork has slowed down, and his punches have lost their power. These changes are raising serious doubts about his ability to compete.
Ever since I moved up to the heavyweight division, Tyson Fury been real quiet. Tyson Fury. Pussy. Boom!
Then there's this leaked video from his training camp. It shows Jake struggling through basic drills, moving slow and labored. His trainers are pushing him to do better, but he's just not having it. The video spread like wildfire on social media, making everyone question if he's ready for the fight. On top of that, Jake's attitude towards his trainers has been terrible. He's ignoring their advice and making random decisions about his training. This has led to trainers quitting or being fired constantly. The lack of stability in his camp is another big red flag, and these are the things you and I are seeing today, but Joe was the one who saw it way before anyone else even had a clue. Joe Rogan has never been one to hesitate, and his blunt assessment of Jake Paul's chances against Mike Tyson is a perfect example. There's not a foutery chance in hell that Jake Paul would survive against Mike Tyson.
There's a chance in hell that Jake Paul would survive.
This bold claim is rooted in Tyson's legendary status in the boxing world, a status that Jake Paul, despite all his bravado, simply cannot hope to match. Rogan's assertion isn't just based on Tyson's career achievements, but also on historical precedent. There was a time when another boxer tried to mess with Mike, much like Jake is doing now. Joe said Joe Frazier was talking brass about Tyson, saying if he was in his prime, he'd beat Tyson. So he had his son fight Tyson, and it was an execution.
Frazier had been talking shit about Tyson, that if he was in his prime, he'd beat Tyson. And so he had his son fight Tyson, and it was an execution. It was an
The infamous bout between Mike Tyson and Michael Frazier, son of the legendary Joe Frazier, is a stark reminder for Jake and of what happens when an overhyped challenger faces a seasoned warrior. On June 8, 1986, in a much-anticipated match, Michael Frazier was knocked out by Tyson in a mere 30 seconds. This brutal display of Tyson's power serves as a cautionary tale. Joe Frazier, a heavyweight champion himself, had boasted that if he were in his prime, he would defeat Tyson. He tried to prove his point by putting his son in the ring with Tyson, but it ended disastrously. The knockout was swift and devastating, underscoring Tyson's dominance and the peril of underestimating him. Rogan further emphasized Tyson's unparalleled prowess by stating, "Mike Tyson is the best heavyweight of all time. I don't think anybody bisect with him."
Fall down and twist an ankle. Like otherwise, so Tyson was 20 and Frazier.
This is not an empty claim. The world of boxing has seen many heavyweight champions from Muhammad Ali to Lennox Lewis, yet Tyson's name is consistently mentioned among the greatest. His ability to combine speed, power, and ferocity in the ring is unmatched. The sheer number of heavyweights throughout boxing history is staggering, with thousands of fighters vying for the title. However, Tyson's achievements, including his rapid ascension to the top and his reign of terror over the division, set him apart. Tyson's training regimen, even in his later years, has only added to his legendary status. After announcing his return to the ring in 2020, Tyson's training videos went viral, showing a man in his 50s moving with the speed and power of a much younger fighter.
Mike Tyson, as fast as he was, as hard as he hits, I maintain he's the greatest.
Yeah.
The greatest heavyweight ever.
Tyson's training routine includes a mix of traditional techniques and modern innovations. His workouts are a grueling combination of strength training, cardiovascular exercise, and boxing drills, often involving cutting-edge equipment and methodologies.
Day 2, I'm getting ready for you. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Joe Rogan's warnings to Jake Paul are not just idle talk. They are rooted in a deep understanding of boxing history and an appreciation for the sheer brutality and skill that Mike Tyson brings to the ring. Rogan's critique is a call to reality, urging Jake Paul and his fans to recognize the chasm between a YouTube sensation and a boxing legend. Tyson's legacy is not just about his victories, but the fear and respect he commands, even decades after his prime.
But I don't know, my arms are sore as fuck today from...
And Joe Rogan, always a keen observer, had some choice words about this whole mess. He said,
Savage mode right now. He's in savage mode. If I was Jake Paul right now, I would be shitting my pants.
Oh, bro.
That pretty much sums up the perilous position Jake has landed himself in. Tyson, even at 57, still has that killer instinct. His training videos from 2024 went viral, showing that his savage mode is still very much alive. For Jake, facing Tyson isn't just a physical challenge, it's a psychological nightmare. He knows he's up against a man who's thrived in the most brutal arenas of boxing. Adding to Jake's troubles is his divided focus. Joe Rogan recently pointed out that Jake isn't just a boxer, but also a promoter.
But he makes so much money doing other shit that the fact that he wants to do that as well and promote fights as well.
Jake's ventures outside the ring are numerous and very lucrative. Before boxing, his net worth was already significant thanks to his YouTube career and various business endeavors. By 2018, Jake was worth around $19 million, mostly driven by his online presence and brand deals. Since jumping into boxing, his net worth has soared to an estimated $30 million by 2023, boosted by his high-profile fights and promotional activities. And Jake's trash talking? It's been driving Rogan up the wall. Lately, Jake's been mouthing off about how great he is, even making snarky remarks about Tyson. Rogan addressed this, saying,
Mike Tyson, people would talk shit to. There's certain people that are just crazy, man.
Well, speaking of Mike Tyson.
Tyson is definitely one of those people. Known for his volatile personality and unforgiving nature, Tyson has a history of reacting fiercely to provocation. Remember the infamous incident with Evander Holyfield on June 28, 1997? Holyfield had beaten Tyson in their first encounter and provoked him during the rematch. Frustrated by what he saw as illegal headbutts, Tyson reacted by biting off a piece of Holyfield's ear. This led to Tyson's disqualification and a $3 million fine, but it underscored his zero-tolerance policy towards disrespect. Tyson knew the consequences, but acted out of a visceral reaction to what he saw as an affront. Then came the game changer. Jake announced he was going to fight Mike Tyson. Tyson, the former undisputed heavyweight champion and boxing legend. But Joe Rogan quickly brought Jake back down to earth.
Has had a long fighting career. He has been knocked out by massive men like Lennox Lewis and Evander Holyfield. You know, he's had a lot of blows.
Rogan's point was simple. Tyson's experience and the caliber of his opponents are on a completely different level compared to Jake's. Mike Tyson's career is packed with battles against the best. He fought Lennox Lewis on June 8, 2002, and was knocked out in the 8th round. Lewis was a dominant heavyweight champion with an impressive record. Tyson also faced Evander Holyfield twice, first on November 9, 1996, where he lost by TKO in the 11th round, and again on June 28, 1997, in the infamous bite fight, where he was disqualified for biting Holyfield's ear. These fights show the level of competition Tyson faced, giants in their own right. Adding to the skepticism about Jake's legitimacy as a boxer, UFC fighter Joaquin Buckley publicly criticized him.
Anderson Silva, man, that broke my heart when you lost to Jake Paul,
Yeah.
bro. And like, you got this little kid.
Buckley's comments reflect the sentiment that Jake's opponents were carefully chosen to ensure his victory. Anderson Silva, a former UFC middleweight champion, was 49 years old when he fought Jake on October 29, 2022. Jake, at 26, was more than 2 decades younger. Despite Silva's legendary status in MMA, his age was a significant disadvantage. There were even rumors of referee bribery, suggesting the match might not have been entirely fair. Challenging Tyson seemed like another strategic move by Jake. At 58, Tyson is much older than Jake, who's in his physical prime. But Joe Rogan pointed out the critical flaw in Jake's plan.
Replacement's a game changer.
Oh,
It's-
yeah.
It's a different thing. Like,
Oh, yeah.
A 57-year-old man today, like Mike Tyson, it's like, that's not a 57-year-old
Bro.
man from 1990.
Tyson has undergone hormone replacement therapy, HRT, which has helped him maintain a level of physical fitness and strength that belies his age. This isn't the same as fighting an older man who hasn't kept up with modern medical advancements. So, by now, Jake Paul should have plenty of reasons to save his own skin and cancel the Tyson fight, because it's a huge blunder waiting to happen. It's like throwing an axe at your own foot if he doesn't. Anyway, drop your thoughts in the comments below, because I know you've got a lot on your mind right now. And hey, don't forget to share this video with your boxing buddies.